In the last video, we talked about the background to this game, 1991 CRPG MegaTraveller 2 from Paragon Software, and we went over aspects of character creation. I thought what we could do in this video is get to grips with gameplay and show you how it works, the various aspects of the game. So let's go ahead here and make our party. You can make your party from any of the characters you make, or the default characters, or any combination thereof. I have here 5 characters that I made. I'm just going to add them quickly to the party, and we'll see the intro scroll. The Ancients. Historians, archaeologists, and storytellers know about the Ancients, a star-faring race that existed eons before current civilizations. The Ancients remain a mystery, yet it's clear that the brilliant race destroyed itself in an apocalyptic war, a conflict that saw the use of mind-boggling high-tech weapons that were so powerful that they cannot be fully comprehended. Ruined ancient sites like the one on the planet Rhylanor remain scattered throughout the universe. The sites are the last remnants of the mythical race that continues to baffle mankind. The Ancients have remained silent for 300,000 years, until now. After many long adventurous journeys, you enjoy a well-deserved vacation on the planet Rhylanor. On a tour of the Rhylanor ancient site, a series of unexpected events occur, events that change the course of your life. Here's where it all begins. And the copyright protection. Hi, I'm Mervin, your tour guide. Welcome to the Rhylanor ancient site. Today we'll explore the mysterious structure that the ancients built over 300,000 years ago. Notice how the site is carved into the face of Mount Zitar. Now we'll move closer. Thanks, Marvin. Though archaeologists have studied this structure for centuries, they've never discovered the ancients' underlying purpose for constructing it. Perhaps someday this mystery will be solved. Follow me as we step inside the ancient site. I guess I'm on a tour. Though the outside of the structure is rather primitive, notice how the inside conveys an air of advanced high technology with elaborate gadgets, gears, lights, and buttons. Observe the complex maze of pipes that snake out in all directions. The purpose of the piping remains a mystery, but experts have theorized that they... Uh-oh. Alright. What in the... Ladies and gentlemen, please calm down. I think we're experiencing a quake. That's not good. Where's Mervin? He's gone. He ran. Wait a minute. The machinery is activating. Don't touch anything. I love these old graphics. What in the world is that slime? Let's get out of here before the whole place blows. I think I want my money back. Is everyone alright? Hey, who are those two? I don't remember them from the tour group. I love Mervin's glasses, man. Okay. Look! The slime is pouring out of the ancient site. We must evacuate the area at once. Emergency Special Report. Spinward marches Rhylanor subsector Rhylanor. The Travelers Aid Society and the government of Rhylanor have issued a warning advising all travelers to avoid the planet Rhylanor due to a crisis that threatens the world. The Rhylanor ancient site has mysteriously activated, and deadly poisonous slime pouring from the site is flowing across the planet's surface. A wave of panic has erupted in the wake of the toxic slime's mass destruction. The sludge is spreading at an alarming rate. Because the ancient site is already submerged in the poisonous slime, authorities are unable to enter the mountainous structure to stop the bizarre machinery. Thus far, there are no theories on how the ancient machinery was triggered. Due to the threat, the local panic it has created, TAS has declared Rhylanor an amber travel zone. Noted ancient expert and historian Charles Beckett commented from his office in Rhylanor Startown. I'm baffled by the activation of the ancient site. The secrets of the ancients will probably never be comprehended. I see no immediate way to harness the awesome power of the structure. Frankly, the entire planet of Rhylanor is doomed if the flow of the slime isn't interrupted. Perhaps the ancients left clues about the Rhylanor site on other worlds. The royal family of Rhylanor, the imperial government, and several mega corporations have sponsored a $500 million credit reward fund for stopping the flow of the slime. Rewards are based on the amount of the territory that is saved from destruction. Duke Leonard of Rhylanor stated, I call upon all brave adventurers, scientists, and researchers to come to the aid of Rhylanor. Our great world, an important economic and trade center, is threatened by the ancient site. For those who save even a small portion of the planet from ruin, a substantial reward is promised. Applications for the reward must be filled out at the government office in the Rhylanor Startown. The Imperial News Network will continue to report on the perilous situation on Rhylanor. Stay tuned for further details. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'll say you're lucky you got out of there alive. I called you, my friends, because I thought we could share that reward. Yeah, for $500 million credits, I think it's worth a shot. Each of you must realize that this is going to be a difficult, dangerous mission. We've been through some tough times in the past. We're the best adventurers in the galaxy, aren't we really? I'll second that. We're ready. Where do we begin? Let's see if we can track down Tro Beckett. He may have some answers. Alrighty. So here is the start of the game. You start in Rhylanor Startown, which is basically the spaceport for the planet. That's the starport above us. And you can see they were talking about getting weapons through customs. If we go back in here, they tell us, yeah, that they confiscated our illegal weapons and they're returning to us because we are now in sort of the starport area. We're kind of not in the planet's jurisdiction, I guess. I'll show you the characters quickly and talk about how to get weapons onto a planet, because that's going to help you in the game. My first character is a retired Baron. You can see her scores here. They actually rolled really, really well for her. All of her scores were 10 or higher. Of course, age, she's 66. Age brought these strength and endurance down quite a bit. But she was able, through all those terms in her career as a noble, to get a far trader, as you see here. So I'm starting with a spaceship, and she has a little bit of money. She has 260,000 pocket money and 30,000 in the bank. She also started with quite a lot of, for some reason, low passage tickets and laser rifles. You want to generally start with one laser rifle per party member, simply because it's the best weapon you can get early on. As far as her skills, I gave everyone Vac-Suit 2, which gives you more time in a vacuum or a hostile environment planet. You get kind of a little oxygen ticker that goes down, as I recall. And I gave everyone Laser Weapon 4. So one of the manuals recommends that 4 is a good level for skill in order to overcome most task roles. So her personal skills is really in bribery and stealth. They don't do the same thing. Stealth helps you sneak weapons through customs, as you saw at the very beginning. Bribery is really to get NPCs to give you more information. It doesn't come up that much, but it does come up in the game. So it's useful for helping getting NPCs to accept bribery attempts. It doesn't lower the price, or at least it doesn't lower the price of the bribe much, but it gives you a better chance at success. So my next character is a Navy Admiral, and here's his scores. You can also see, I should have pointed that out, the hits is much like MegaTraveller, the pen and paper game. Is based on your top 3 stats. You add them all up and then compare them to a table that you cross-reference to get your hits. This game, the computer game, is actually a little more generous. Normally, this character with a total of 25 points in his first 3 scores would have had hits of 4 and 5. So the 4 here would indicate how much damage he can take before he's knocked unconscious, and then 5 additional damage after that for a total of 9 total before he would die. So in this game, they kind of boosted the first stat to the combination of the 2 hits. So he actually takes 9 hits to fall unconscious, and then a further 5 points to die. So the game is a little more generous in that way. It takes longer to be knocked out. So his main skills are turret weapons. You should have generally 2 characters with good turret weapons skill. It's not easy to get that skill because only a few of the careers actually have it. So Navy Admiral is 1. He also has tactics, which it's kind of unclear in the game what that does. They say that it helps you hit with your attacks. In the pen and paper game, tactics, there's one for space combat, one for ground combat, gives you a pool of points which you can actually add to any roll in combat to increase your odds of making a roll. So maybe that's what it does in this game too, that it adds a pool of points that you can draw on. But in any case, all of that happens in the background, so you don't actually get to see any of it or its effect. He also has the electronic skill. This was kind of a throwaway. I think there's one minor subquest that uses one electronics task roll. It's not a critical skill to have in the game, so if you don't want to have it, you can just not include that. The other aspect of him that's important is that he's a Navy character. Navy characters have another way that they can sneak weapons onto a planet, and I'll talk about that. Third character is Nearest. He's a merchant officer. His main skills, of course, are turret weapons. Again, he's a second gunner on the ship, and also trader. Trader helps you buy and sell cargo. It doesn't actually help you with prices in stores to buy personal equipment, but it does give you a better price on trading cargo, which is one of the ways you can make money in the game. I also gave him gambling. Again, I think there's one minor subquest that uses gambling. His gambling is not very high. There are casinos in the game, but ironically, your gambling skill does not matter in them. It's just your skill as a player, or your luck in the casinos. Let's see. And then the 4th character is McGruff, the crime dog. He actually started out as law enforcement. It's a Varger character, so like I said in the first video, Varger characters can switch between careers. So when he finished law enforcement, I wasn't really sure what to do with him, and I made him an emissary. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot one of the useful skills he might have gotten as an emissary, but that's okay. He's got pretty good hits, pretty good physical stats, which is going to help him in combat. You also start with like a whole bunch of rifles. It's good to have extra rifles. His main skill, other than vac suit and laser weapons, is medical and interrogation. Interrogation is actually quite important. This is probably one of the more important skills because the second major plot, so there's kind of 2 major plots in the game. One is saving Rhylanor, the second is finding out who activated the ancient site. Well, you kind of need interrogation to do that second one. You don't need to figure out who sabotaged the site in order to win the game, but it's kind of one of the major plot lines. So if you don't have a character with interrogation, you're going to have a hard time completing that kind of secondary storyline. He also picked up a bunch of random skills based on his careers. I don't think I actually put points in these. I think he was actually just given them according to his rank. And I think maybe I gave him neural weapons. Neural weapons is one of those things that's quite good if you can find a neural weapon, but you can't really start with one, so and it's not that important. I kind of gave him medical. I kind of forgot that I gave another character medicals. You only really need one character with any given skill. They don't kind of combine skills between the party members. It just picks the character that has the highest, with the exception of things like whenever an individual character makes a weapon attack, obviously they're using their own skill. When you're trying to figure out when the game determines how long you can spend in a vacuum before you run out of oxygen in your air tank, it uses your individual vac suit. So there are a few skills that you need every character to have, but the vast majority of skills don't double up. Make one character the specialist in that area, and make another character specialist in a different area. This is Valia, the scout, retired scout character. Again, pretty good physical stats, high hits. Her skills really are engineering, which is useful for repairing your ship and adding on enhancements onto your ship. I also gave her a medical skill. I must have forgotten that McGruff had it as well, and that's really it. I gave her battle dress, or she came with battle dress. This is actually not used in the game. I think it says it is in the manual, but I don't believe it is. In the pen and paper game, you actually need battle dress in order to wear the best armor in the game. But I'm pretty sure in the computer game, anyone can wear battle dress if you find it. It's not something you actually need a skill for, so that's probably just a waste. She starts with a scout. So I have a second. This is another ship. I actually have two ships. You can sell the excess ship, or what I'll probably do is just keep it around as a backup in case one of my ships gets too damaged in combat. So those are my characters. I mentioned that it's also important that Korok's Navy and Valia is a scout, because on certain planets you'll find these naval bases, and in certain planets you'll find scout bases, and on certain planets you'll find both. And if you want to sneak onto the planet without getting your weapons confiscated, which is important if you're planning to get into any kind of fight, and there's fights to be had on many planets, you can sneak in through the naval base. So I'll click here, and they just back enter and see that. They let you basically sneak on the planet for whatever reason, and you're over here by the naval base now. And you will have all your weapons intact. So he actually doesn't have a weapon, but he does. On planets, does she need one? Yes, she does. Okay. You have to actually click use. Use. Yeah. On planets that don't have those naval bases, you basically, or a scout base, for example, you have to sneak your way on to through the customs with a character that has stealth. So in this case, I would give Dola all of the weapons in the party, sneak on, and usually she can get, maybe she might lose one or two weapons to customs temporarily, but she'll get enough on that most of the party will be armed. So let's go back to the starport. We need to go to our ship. So the Far Trader, this is our main ship, and I'm just going to go to the ship's locker, and I'm going to add anything we don't need, like all these low passages. Oops. No, I don't want to remove. Get rid of all this stuff because we don't need to be carrying this. Low passage. Items do have weight, so I guess there is something like encumbrance, but I haven't. Okay. Let's get rid of these. I haven't actually run into a limit yet, but it does get a little bit messy if you don't kind of slim down your inventory. Low passage, don't need that. And actually, I don't even need her registration on me. That ship now belongs to the party. Yeah. And so this is also where you can kind of modify your ship, do repairs, take off from the planet. But we're going to do a few things on the planet first. So let's go through the scout base just to show you that. See, there's again, you can access the computer system, fuel, and back entrance. Computer is basically like a game library. It's actually pretty useful if you're not familiar with the Traveller setting. So now you see this is the icon has changed up here. This is the scout base. You get kind of used to the looks of these buildings. This one's a travel agency, I believe. Is that what it is? What is this? Oh, this is Travelers. Yeah, this is Travelers Aid Society. So it's also beneficial to have at least one character with a TAS membership. You get one free ticket, I think once every month or something like that, which is quite often in the game. Time passes very quickly, and then you can get information on some of the planets. So let's look at Proslo is a major trade and warehousing base for 2 Carolines. So, and you can also pick up, yeah, so this is where you can pick up tickets. So yeah, so this is actually, you would buy them. And the difference between mid and high is marginal, I believe, in the game, but low passage actually frees you. Now in the pen and paper game, there's a fairly low chance of dying when they put you under cryogenics. It's lower than in Classic Traveller. Classic Traveller, you had actually a pretty substantial chance of dying, but it's a little bit better in MegaTraveller. I'm not sure if you can die in the computer game from low passage, but I imagine you can. There's many ways to die. So there, you see, you've been seeing these NPCs walking around, these gray guys. The NPCs are actually color coded in this game, unlike the first game. So you can tell who actually has something to tell you. These green guys have something to tell you. The best way to talk to them is just hit hail. That stops them from running around so they don't walk away. And then if you're close enough, let's try it from there, you can converse. Yeah, okay. So this is Flint Gulfport. Wow. I'm an undercover agent for Nasirka Mega Corporation. A few of our ships have been wrongfully tampered with while we've been on Rhylanor. I've heard that 2 Cara and Imperial Line ships have also been sabotaged. I'm certain that Oberlinde's Mega Corporation is behind the crime. Mark Halt Oberlinde is the owner, is a snake. So right off the bat, especially in the start town, you're going to run into a lot of people throwing shade at different mega corporations, blaming them for the disaster. It's somewhat useful, but a lot of it is a red herring. Like there's another guy. You kind of want to talk to these guys when they appear, because sometimes if you miss them, you don't see them again. Let's talk to them. Oh, face him, I guess. Commoner. I've heard that the ancient experts may have had some tips on how to stop that crazy site from producing poison slime. That reminds me, I wonder what happened to Mervyn. Alright. Poor guy. I wonder if we will see him again. So the first thing we want to kind of do is get some armor. This is actually an important building. I guess I'll come back to this, but this is where you get vehicle rentals. That's the hospital. Oh, I think that's a tavern. This big building over here is like a shopping area. Let's go in here. Yeah, so I don't expect them to have any better weapon than what we have. Yeah, this is all garbage. Gauze rifles, yeah. Who cares? Ammo, they're not going to have laser rifle ammo. And I think we have enough of that anyway. Armor. This is the best armor we can have right now, is the TL12 Hostile Environment Back Suit. So let's get 4 of those. So unlike the first game, you can actually just pay with a bank account and you can pull your money. I guess Dola's going to buy everyone armor. Correct. nearest. One more. Or did I buy one from McGruff? I don't think I did. And McGruff gets one. And then let's get one for Valia. Alright, no, that's it. Miscellaneous items. The health pack is kind of the only useful thing. You only need to buy it once. And let's just give it to, I guess we'll give it to Valia. You have, who's pinned the 5,000 credits? Sure, Lola. Did I buy it twice? What did I do? Hold on. Did I buy you two? Oh, God, I bought two. That's alright. It's not a big deal. So, you only actually need one. I don't know why I bought it twice. Yeah, kind of lose a bit of money there. Thanks. The other forensics kit, McGruff actually has a tiny amount of forensic skill. I don't think a forensic skill does anything. I'm almost positive hang computer will go watch do nothing. Might as well just have it. Who cares? Who will take the forensic kit? McGruff will. He's got a tiny amount of skill in that, so I don't think it actually ever comes up. So let's get them to wear this. Yes, you do. Okay. So you can see the portrait changes. I kind of had bad luck with the portraits. There's actually a decent variety of portraits that's randomly assigned, and I seem to get two pairs. Neris and Korok are identical, and Dole and Valia are identical. That's just bad luck. You don't get to choose, unfortunately. And you can't. I don't think you can change it later either. Okay. So now that we're all armored up, we can go explore the planet. We also have to talk to, what's his face? Trial Beckett. And he's over here somewhere. We should actually just get our vehicle. But talk to Trial Beckett first. Yeah, this is the university, this big ugly building, and he's standing right in front of it. Do I have to hail him to? Because he's not really moving. Yeah. Trial Beckett. I'm very happy to hear that you're going to try to rectify the disastrous situation on Rhylanor. Like I told the news reporter, I have no idea what we're facing. I didn't want to alarm the reporters. Didn't he say Rhylanor was doomed? Okay, whatever. But my initial calculations indicate that Rhylanor Startown will be covered with slime in about 7 years. The ancients were the most elusive beings who ever existed. They could have had anything in mind when they created the site. I'm trusting you with the ancient artifacts that I possess. Here, take my grandfather's diary, this strange artifact that he took from the ancient site on Inth, and these 6 coins. Perhaps they can help. I only wish that I could travel with you, but I'm afraid a crippled man like me would just be a nuisance. My grandfather was convinced that there were hidden ancient sites scattered throughout the universe. Maybe a hidden site holds clues that can help thwart this disaster. But remember, you must be patient and persistent in your search. If you need more information, go to the library and do some research. It can be of great help to you in your quest. So that summed up is basically the entire main plot of the game. You have 7 years to finish it. That seems like a terrible lot of time. It's something like 2,500 days or something like that. And you would be surprised. The gameplay actually takes you through the days fairly quickly. So let's give it to McGruff. He's going to solve this mystery. Locator. I guess we'll go with that too. Nearest, I don't know. Coins. Coins definitely Dola. She's the money bank. I promise to reward you for any new ancient sites that you discover. You see, I'm the president of the Ancients Collectors Society. Bring me photographic proof of a new ancient site, and I'll give you 150,000 credits from our society research fund. I'll also pay you for a significant sum for any ancient artifacts that you discover. Remember, bring newfound ancient artifacts back to Rhylanor It may help alleviate or solve the crisis. Okay. So yeah, that basically is the mission writ large. And while you're traveling between planets, I think a jump takes on average 1 whole week. And you saw the map in the first video. There are many jumps. You're going to be jumping all across the subsectors in the game. So a lot of time is eaten up with travel, and on the planet also, which is what we're going to do next. On the planet, it takes quite a bit of time, especially if you're going to walk around to get around places. Oh, there's another guy. Let's talk to him before he runs away. Hail, stop moving, and face you and converse. Okay. Chris Bunhild, believe me, the bizarre ancient site is not the only strange thing happening on Rhylanor. I work for Cada Mega Corporation. Our company has suffered extensive damage over the last few weeks. Someone has been tampering with our warehouse goods. Imperial Alliance and Nasir Mega Corporations have also been targeted. If you ask me, I think Sharoshid or Oberlindes mega corporations are out to destroy Rhylanor and ruin Tukara. I saw your video on the Imperial News. The two shady characters that were fleeing from the site look familiar. I'm sure I saw them in our warehouse last week. You don't think there's some kind of connection between the triggering of the ancient site and the attacks on Tukara's property, do you? It's almost shocking to believe that Oberlindes or Sharoshid would try to destroy Rhylanor just to spite Tukara. Yeah. So if you're traveling on the planet, every 6 steps just without a vehicle takes an entire day. I'll show you in a moment. The world's surface of the world is quite large. If you're in an ATV, a wheeled vehicle, which is kind of the only transport you can get on lower tech worlds, that's 24 steps is a day. So it's a lot better to actually have a vehicle. And the best is the grav vehicle, which is available on higher tech worlds. The grav vehicle not only moves a lot faster in the game, so just in terms of how much time it takes to travel, but every step is 48 steps a day. So it's twice as fast as the ATV in terms of counting off the days. It also has some other advantages, like you can fly over. If you travel inside of a town, I'll show you. You can actually just fly over buildings, which is very useful for, yeah, it's kind of expensive. Return it, dumb generator loser. Yeah. So, yeah. So you can fly right over buildings, which is super useful for traveling in a city very quickly. So enter vehicle. If you're just looking for little green guys to talk to, like that, you have to actually get out. I don't think you can shout out the car. So let's leave vehicle. Come back. Hail. Let's talk to him. Ward Istanbul. I'm a flight technician for Tukara Line. Some of our ships have been sabotaged. A couple of my buddies told me that Imperial Alliance and Nasirka ships have also been tampered with, but not nearly to the extent that our ships have been damaged. I think that Tukara is being targeted by a rival mega corporation. The average Joe couldn't pull off such a sophisticated job. Someone's out there to get Tukara. Okay. So a lot of people blaming Nasirka. Some people blaming Oberlindes. Pretty typical. Nasirka is actually I think it's a mega corporation from Bland. Your efforts have been appreciated. Oh, this. I think this is just like where you can get a reward if you finish or something. I forget. If you notice, all these buildings have little icons. There's a lot of different types of buildings in the game, but once you kind of memorize what they look like, and certainly what their icon looks like, it's a little bit easier to navigate the city. I don't quite remember all that stuff. Yeah, so Nasirk is of let's zoom out so we can see a little bit more. It's a land mega corporation, so there could be some xenophobia in blaming land. This guy is a green guy, but I think I know who this is. This is just a guard. Oops, what am I doing? Leave vehicle. Talk to him. I'm pretty sure it's just a guard. Yeah, palace guard. You can see that you can't see the Duke of Rhylanor without a palace pass from Lord Hollis. If you have one, give it to me. Okay. Yeah, and if they have more to say to you, they stay green. Lord Hollis is around here. Actually, I should probably talk to him before I don't leave my car behind. What is this? Oh, this is a bank. Let's just pool our money. Party account. So in this game, you can have account for the entire party. So it's you couldn't do that in the first game. Retirement pay. You can collect your retirement pay here, I believe, or maybe it's just deposited. Inquiry. All right. So this is how much money we have. 378,000. Not a lot, but it's okay. It's gonna take me forever. I feel like he's over there by the big start area. Let's get in the vehicle again. If you're traveling in the city, just fly right over the buildings. It doesn't seem to take off days, if I recall. Did I go in here yet? Free vehicle. Kind of want to see. Oh yeah, that's sorry. That's this guy again, obviously. Oh, this is another entrance to the shop. I think they just have the same thing. If you come back on different days, they actually have a different person working there, which is kind of cool. If they have shifts or something. Okay, well, I'm not going to find him easily. Here's the, alright, so there's Spaceport. This is the travel agency. This is actually the best way to get around the world. I'll quickly show you the outside world, and then I'll go back to the travel agency. That's the guard. I talked to him. So this is what the outside world, the planet surface looks like. And if you go up to the kind of top corner, I don't think we can zoom out quite that far. Yeah. So I think it's over here is where the pink sludge is pouring out. You can actually see it. But if you travel around the world, you can barely see our icon right there. You can visit different cities just by just like this. You kind of enter them that way. But the much better way to travel by far is to use a travel agency. You shouldn't really leave a city limits unless you have something you're trying to explore and find something that's on the surface of the planet. And there are a lot of situations where that comes up. Do we enter here yet? I think that's more of the palace though. This is the bank. How did I keep forgetting that? Okay, that stack of coins, that's the bank. That's how I'll remember that. Vehicle. Oh, this is a tavern. There's often stuff in a tavern to people to talk to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We just converse with them from here. Glendale, glad to meet you, Star Travelers. I'm an Imperial Alliance pilot stranded on Rhylanor. Why are you behind the bar? My ship was sabotaged, and I haven't been able to leave. And needless to say, I'm feeling a little restive about the crazy ancient site that's pouring out poisonous slime. I'd like to string up the person responsible for damaging my ship. I have a gut feeling that Sharshid is responsible for the attack. The company has been in turmoil for years. Okay, so it's just more kind of clues about the mega corporation angle, which isn't really. Oops. Reverse. If you know what's good for you, don't borrow money from Cada. Real good. Okay, I'll try not to do that. Can you enter a vehicle for me? No, you can't. What is it? Give me that option. This is an unpatched, as far as I know, this is just a initial release version of the game. I didn't actually look up if there were patches that one ought to get. So there's probably going to be some kind of weird bugs. It's okay. It'll be playable. All right, so this is the travel agency, and what I've noticed is sometimes you can't quite visit every city from every city. Sometimes you have to go to a city to go to another city. I'm not sure if that's just because there's a limit on how many it can display, but Yeah, the best way is to just look up in the manual and see how many cities are on the planet. So, what do we have to do actually on this? What do we have to do while we're still on Rhylanor? You know, what we actually, all right, we want to do a few more things in Startown and then we'll explore the planet a bit. There are a few people I have to find while I'm, might as well find them while I'm here. So let's get back in the car. All right, let's just get our bearings. Zoom out a bit to get used to all the buildings on the planet. So these gray buildings are nothing. That's the shopping area. Have I gone in there yet? I don't know how actually how to get into there. Vehicle. I can't get the vehicle. Can't get the door open. Oh, can you only leave from the front? I don't know how to get in here. I'm alright at gambling. Okay, no. Yeah, see, it's indicating that he uses his skill, but I don't think it actually does. I'll just show you the slots system. Pick your poison slots. Okay. Oh, what? What? Do you have to have money? Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. You need to actually bring your cash with you. Let's just walk away. That's fine. So that thing with the arrow will be the gambling area, casino. C for casino. That makes sense. So what's this place? Oh, this is a library. Okay, so library will have. What's it looks like? Almost looks like a shelf of books, I guess. We have to find Lord Hollis, and we have to find someone to sell us a pass. Oh, this is where Lord Hollis lives. Okay, so this is like an apartment. Look at all the NPCs following behind me. These are, oh yeah, these little red things are doors. I don't think there's anything down here, right? No one's down here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So unlike the first game, when you, yes, the door's open. Yeah, it's a door. Your party actually doesn't kind of disappear when you're not in combat. There he is. They kind of follow behind you. Not move around so much. Hail. Okay. Converse. Lord Hollis. Greetings, travelers. My name is Lord Hollis. I am the administrative assistant to Duke Leonard of Rhylanor. Our planet is in grave danger. I'm sure that you already know about the reward for saving the planet from the poison slime, but the Duke is offering another reward to anyone who can discover the culprit behind the triggering of the ancient site and the attacks against Tukara, Nasirica, and Imperial lines, mega corporations. Although it hasn't been announced to the press, our initial investigation has uncovered evidence of a mega corporation plot. It could be any one of the major organizations: Imperial Lines, Tukara, Nasirica, Belindes, or Sharoshed. If you can uncover the guilty party, I'll arrange a meeting between you and the Duke. He will reward you appropriately. Maybe you have something for me. Yeah, so no, I don't have any evidence or anything yet. Okay, so that's one of the things we had to do. Interesting, door closed on its own. Where's our, where do we park? Where's our, oh, it's up here. Don't lose your vehicle. Enter vehicle. Let's zoom out. There's another guy I'd like to find in this town. No, that's what's it? Oh, there he is. I think this is him probably. So leave vehicle, hail. Let's zoom in so I can actually see what I'm doing here. And let's talk to him. Yes, Dev Lengel. If you want to journey to Falaisen, I can sell you a pass for 8,000 credits. There are some worlds in the Spinner Marches that are interdicted. TAS, or Travelers Aid Society, has them listed as red travel zones. If you want to journey to those worlds, go to J. Tolona. There are past salesmen there.
Talona, I think, is a world. So, would you like to buy the Flason Pass? It'll cost you 8,000. So you do want to do this when you have an opportunity. Buy. Oh, do I have to stand right next to them? I guess. Buy. Oh, geez. I need you need cash on hand, don't you? Dynamite, put it all in the bank. The bank is right there. She has no credits on her, eh? No credits. No one has any credits. Oh god, is he gonna go away? Don't go away, please. Okay. Withdraw. Dola.
So let's withdraw a cool 100,000. So there's some things you actually need
Credits on hand for, and other things you can pay. Oh, it's still there. Good. Sometimes they do disappear. So hail. Oh, let's try. Oh, do I stand? Yeah. Something's got to stand right next to him. Whoops. Buy. There we go. If you're interested in Flason Craft, it costs you 8,000. Dola has some money. Yes, we have a deal. So you need these passes to. I don't really care. Let's get rid of Valia. You need these passes to go to those planets. There are a few more things we want to do on this planet before we're done. Let's see what those things are. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's get back in our zoom in. Get back in our vehicle. Go to the travel agency, which is over here. You can see that's says the Scouts building. And is the Navy building over here? No, the Navy building's over here. That's the Scout icon. I think, is that the Navy icon in the? No, that's Navy. That's the Navy icon. And this is the regular planetary starport. So here's this building. The vehicle. So go right here. I think we're going to go to Leva. Is that right? Yeah. So Dole is going to pay for it. Get this cute animation. So this is by far the best way to travel, and I'll show you why. It's very cheap, a couple hundred credits usually, which is really nothing in the game. And it doesn't take any amount of time. We just traveled over the world, and if we did overland travel, even with a grab vehicle, it'd probably take several days. But for some reason, this is the travel agency is instantaneous, and look, you get to keep your car. So we actually, oh, there's a green guy. Your car, I'd imagine your car's not traveling with you. It's probably more like a worldwide rental service, like Enterprise or something. Hey, I'll stop running around. Are you the guy I'm trying to find? Patron? No, you're not. I know that one of the mega corporations is behind triggering the ancient site. Rhylanor is a critical economic center. It could be any one of the big boys took care of villainy service and realize they're really trying to drive that home. It's actually not the major plot. But yeah, on the first planet, there's a lot to remind you that, yeah, that's something you can be doing as well. The major plot, of course, is saving the planet, and you get prorated pay, basically. It's never going to be what they said, 500 million credits, unless you really speed run the game. You usually get a small fraction of that. All right, so here's a guy. Let's talk to him. Patron, okay. I'm looking for Ice Gem. I'll pay 4,000. Yeah, I should write that down technically, but I don't really care. So she stays green because obviously you need to talk to her when you have that item. She'll buy it. There's a lot of people like that. Have you seen any research at the library? Yes, I know that. And indeed, I think that's where you get your first hint of where to look for an ancient site. There are a few of them. They're on different planets on the map, and exploring those is basically what the main game is really about. don't know where this guy is, so enter vehicle. Let's zoom around the city and see the outside of a building first. Was that the tavern where we just were? Or something else? If that wasn't the tavern, here's a university. Will probably be closed. There's a guy. Zoom in. Can I hail him? Oh, you can hail him. Okay. Leave vehicle. Let's talk to him. You guys just shot out the window. Ah, here he is. Okay. Van Bureen, which I guess is a guy. I don't know. You have to help me. I've run up some huge debts with a loan shark named Cada. I've heard of him. I owe him 90,000 credits. Well, that's pocket change. And I don't have the money to repay him. I have 90,000 credits in my pocket, man. Now he's after me with a vengeance. All I have is 10,000 credits. Be the middleman for me. Take this note to Cada and tell him I need more time. We'll take it. Okay, this is not going to go well. The one skill I forgot, I think I mentioned at the beginning, the one skill I forgot is persuasion, basically a social skill. There's other skills you could take instead of persuasion, but persuasion is what I usually take, and I completely forgot about it. So I'm not very good at social encounters. That's okay. You know, you can fight your way through most things. So I need to go find, I guess I need to go find Cada, this violent criminal, which I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell him that he won't get his money. Right, so there's the rental place, which means this is the travel agency. So zoom in. If you notice, the cities have a similar layout. They actually have the exact same layout. There are something like 230 cities in the game. And unlike the first game, where they actually had really nice, unique towns for each of the, whatever there were, like a dozen towns. With this game, they went with a template. So there's a color swap on different worlds. It might look more industrial, or it might look more technological, or whatever. But every city is built on the same template. Some of them have, so they won't always have the same buildings, but when they have the same building, it'll always be in the same place. And I guess that's kind of a downside, but to be honest, it will increase your ability to find things that you need to find, because with 230 cities, you're never going to remember where things are. Oh, where am I going? I need to go to Hegra, right? 109 credits, yeah, sure, instant. It's still day 2. That's a great deal. Okay, very nice. Click. Okay. Not to find Cada. He could be in a bar, or he could be just walking around town. That's the usual place you'll find people. And there's a guy walking around town. Let's see if I can holler at him out a window. Hail. Yeah, that worked. Can I talk about him? I don't think you can actually. Oh, you can! Oh my god. More ancient sites. Yeah. More ancient sites scattered throughout the spinward marches. Maybe they hold clues. They do. In fact, they hold the thing you have to collect to finish the game. Yeah, so the ancient sites are more curiosities than anything. It's not like they're loaded with monsters to fight or something. Can we just go out further? Yes, we can. Can I see who's green, though? I guess I can. These guys look gray. They're more for exploration. They're often kind of text walls and pictures that are kind of interesting, but they mostly hold either artifacts that are useful for beating the game, or coins, or both, or neither sometimes, I suppose. Coins are basically these ancient alien. Oh, so this house is purple. Why is that purple? That probably has something. A vehicle. The coins are useful for, basically, you need to collect, I think, 36 of them to finish the game. Oh my god. Okay, well, there's a lot of guys here. This might be where we find Cada. If it is, we'll probably be in... We actually might go straight into a combat, I don't know. Yeah, so we're all armed up, that's fine. Let's talk to these people. Who's this? Headguard. Oh, if you borrow money, you'd better be prepared to pay it back. Prepare with your life. This sounds like I'm in the right place, though. Let's talk to this guy. Okay, there I am. Wonder why they're all green. Catafed is fair man. If you're with a payment, he only has your neck broken, he doesn't kill you. But how would that not kill you? I don't understand. Alright. First of all of you stop moving around. Converse. Are these just the same? Are these just identical people? These are just thugs. Why are they all green? Who cares? Waste time talking to these bozos. Okay, so if this is a fight, it'd probably be a pretty serious one. I don't quite remember. I don't think it is. Okay, I should have zoomed out. Zoom out. No. Zoom out. No. Okay. Guess you can't. I feel like Catafed is somewhere in here. Let's go through these doors. Here's a guy. Stop moving. Talk to me. Maybe you have something for me. Okay, so I'll walk over to him and I'll do the give. Don't I have that? Brain note. Are you going to give the Breen note to me? Yeah, sure, why not? Why are you defending Ben Breen? He played with fire, and now he must pay the price. Tell Breen that I have his wife. She's well hidden. If he doesn't believe you, give him his wife's wedding ring. That should get his attention. Tell him the bad man has her. He'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm just, good lord. They'll take the ring. What? Why is he shooting me? Okay, so I just... What? Were you supposed to do that? Okay. Alright, well, I killed him. Let's take what he has, and I'll probably have to fight all of it. Yeah, here they go. So you can see... Couple things. Combat's pretty much automatic. I have reacts on, so that's why that is happening. They're just gonna all take shots. Okay, how do I move? I need to. Yeah, they're all having their pound of flesh right now. Alright, I'm just wasted. Here's another guy coming through the door. Okay, this is why you need good armor and good weapons, because I don't think any of my guys actually even took a hit. Did you take a hit? No. Okay, maybe a little bit of a hit. No, actually, yeah, okay. We have one wounded character. Very slightly wounded. I think she took 1 point of damage. So let's heal her. Use medical kit on yourself. I healed a little bit. Okay. Alright. So I think she's a little down for consciousness, but that will come back. Yeah, it just came back actually. And I guess I wasted Catafed, and I'm gonna pick up all this stuff. Where's the pickup button? There we go. What is this? I don't know if I was supposed to kill Catafed, but there you go. Take Magnum revolver. Nobody. That's a waste of. Oh, I'll just sell it. Whatever. Auto rifle. Garbage. This is why they lost the combat. Just terrible weaponry. Oh, laser rifle. That will at least sell for something. I don't know if I need another laser rifle. Take. No, nothing. Take. Oh, dead. That's everything. Okay. Pretty sure I wasn't supposed to kill him. I don't know. He just started open firing on me. Maybe I owed him money. Alright, I guess we'll go back and talk to Breen and see what he thinks. He's probably never going to get his wife back. Sorry, Breen. Them's the breaks. It's a hard, tough, cold universe. Come on, get out of my way. My old party get in my way. Lord. Vehicle. Just killing people. Traveling around. Murderer for hire. Zoom out. Okay, down here. Zoom in. New vehicle. Where was he? He was in Leva, wasn't he? 190 credits, yeah. Where was he? He was just walking around down in the south, wasn't he? So zoom out. Let's go find him. Breen, your wife's probably missing forever now. Sorry. There he is. Is that him? Let's holler at him. Wait, I'm going to talk to you from the car. Because, oh yeah, I have to actually get out and get this to him. Zoom in. Oops. Leave vehicle. And we got to give the ring. Brain ring. Sorry, buddy. But yes. Good lord. He's got my wife. How could he? Oh no. Sid Parnell has her. That vicious murderer. I sent her away when they started pressuring me, but they must have kidnapped her en route to Heffrey. Rescue her, travelers, and I'll come up with 50,000 credits to give you. Well, you couldn't. You have 10 in your pocket. How are you going to get the rest? Parnell is in Lidoka. Be on the lookout. He is a ruthless killer. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue. I'm pretty much wasted. What's his face? Where's my car? Enter vehicle. Okay, so we will deal with this Sid guy in the next episode. For now, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying MegaTraveller 2. See you next time.